dislocate, really relate back to you.
Oh, incredible. It's a whole different vocal. Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally happening. I'm bringing to you a new series on the Slate/SSL Complete Bundle. I'm going to tell you why I feel that this sub is worth it, and it's the best deal out there in audio, by going through every single plugin A to Z. Z is Z for you Americans out there, and A is for AirEQ by Aosis. Now, I was an early adopter of this plugin way back in the day when I was working on Cakewalk 7 Pro Audio. That's right. You're going to see a link up that you can use to get a 10% discount on any Slate subscription. Of course, the plugin is available for with a permanent license for $149. But throughout this series, I think I'm going to make the case that this one subscription is totally worth it. Let's take a look. AirEQ got its name from its air band. Just listen as we bring this vocal right forward. All the detail comes up, the breath.
And one day she finds a way for you to dislocate, really relate.
AirEQ is a fully digital EQ. There is no saturation or circuitry being modeled. AOS has gone out of their way to keep this a clean EQ. So even with massive boosts on that ultra high 22K centered shelf, zero cramping. Also, zero aliasing happening. No frequencies are being reflected back down off Nyquist. This is a clean EQ, just with really innovative curves.
Back to you when at last the pains of past passed right through you. Dislocate, really relate.
The developers of AirEQ were obsessed with making this a smooth equalizer. The gain is automatically adjusted with your cue, giving you a smoother listening experience, and to hear the results of your EQing much better.
Back to you. Let's go. And one day she finds a way for you to dislocate, really relate back to you when at last the pains of past passed right through you. And one day she finds
that breath.
a way for you to dislocate, really relates back to you.
Yeah, this is a magical.
And one day she finds a way for you to dislocate, really relates back to you.
And now, the character slider actually does a global adjustment of resonance and Q factors on a global scale, which can enhance or mellow out what you're doing on the overall EQs that you've dialed in. Check this out.
When at last
A lot softer.
pains of past
By pushing it.
passed right through you. Dislocate, really relate relate back to you.
Oh, incredible. It's a whole different vocal. Let's try it bypassed and kick it in. The water is nice.
And one day she finds a way for you to
Gonna volume boost.
dislocate, relieve.
So this is just an Insta vocal mix. Let's see what the Earth does. AirEQ added Earth, so it's the far low end equivalent of the Air band. This seems to be centered around 8 to 10 hertz. It didn't say so in the manual, but we can see in Plugin Doctor, it's about there. Again, this is super smooth, velvety, and subtle.
Finds a way for you to
I've had great results using it with other cuts or even a high pass.
relieve pains
So let's put a low cut on.
passed right through you.
It just warms up the body of whatever you're EQing.
Dislocate, really relates back to you.
See if that Earth does anything.
And one day she finds a way for you to dislocate, really relates back
But subtle.
to you. When at last her pains have passed, passed right through you.
Kind of pull techy, actually. Little bit pull techy. Hey, how about drums? That's something we always got to EQ a lot.
Space, she's calling on you today. In a better time, in a better place, in a flash of light and blinding grace, she draws you in, slips away.
I found a little bit of air and a little bit of earth, dialed this drum kit in and gave us instant Bob Rock Kickstart My Heart drum tone.
It's calling on you today. In the summertime, like a bummer end, taking knife in the back from a bitter friend. She drags you down. Life's
AirEQ features input gain and output gain. We can see the result here in the Doctor.
bitter friend. She drags you down. Life's as you let go.
Slate Digital and Solid State Logic are owned by the same company now, which is great news for singer, male model, and facial moisturizing aficionado Stephen Slate. So the good news is that all of Slate's plugins, all of SSL's plugins can be bought with one single purchase. Everything they ever make, everything they will make, for one low price. I'm not huge on subscriptions. I've got one, and that is to the complete bundle from Slate and SSL. I've had this access pass for about 5 years now. Use the QR code on screen to get 10% off that already great price and help the channel. Of course, Slate and SSL, it's not all about subs. You can get a perpetual license for AirEQ right now for $150 for life. If you like to buy your plugins, every plugin that I'll cover in the Slate and SSL series is available with a perpetual license. No worries. Anyway, let's check out bass guitar.
On you today, in a better time, in a better place, in a flash of light and blinding grace, she draws you in.
And how about electric guitar?
In outer space, she's calling on you today. In a better time, in a better place, in a flash of light and blinding grace, she draws you in, slips away. On you today, in a better time, in a better place, in a flash of light. She's calling on you today, in a better time, in a better place, in a flash of light.
But Jay, what about on your mix bus? So you can hear here at first it's gathering up way too much high information when I've got it on the drum bus and the mix bus. So I'm dialing it down on the drum bus, pushing it up a bit on the mix bus. You can hear the smooth detail of the mix come to life, a little more bottom end come in. I mean, I would put this on any mix with just a decibel of the air and the earth and just kind of leave that as a default. It sounds so good.
She's a pretty face and spinning wild in outer space. She's calling on you today, in a better time, in a better place, in a flash of light and blinding grace. She draws you in, slips away.
So there we are. A is for AirEQ. This is the first in a series. I'm going to go through every plugin in the Slate Digital All Access Pass and the SSL Complete Bundle. And remember, for one low monthly fee, all Slate Digital and all Solid State Logic plugins are available for you to use. Check the QR code, like and subscribe, and thanks for sticking here for another video. We'll see you next time. Let's get it.